What's up everyone? Welcome to today's video where I'm gonna explain the 5 biggest Google Ads mistakes that are burning your budget and withholding you from scaling into new opportunities and new markets with your e-commerce brand. For those who don't know me, my name is Floris van Vleuten. I am the owner of Amplifize, the Google Ads agency where we help scale e-commerce brands with advanced Google Ads strategies. And we are doing that for over 45 brands across the globe. We generated over $20 million in Google Ads revenue. And in today's video, I'm gonna explain the 5 biggest mistakes so you can spot them yourself and maybe most importantly, fix them yourself. I created an extensive document today, or actually I created it yesterday, and it's about 13 pages long. I'm gonna list it into the description so you can view it without any opt-in requirements. You can view it, maybe send it to a colleague, send it to your manager, whatever. And hopefully, after implementing the fixes to the biggest mistakes, you are making more profit than before the video, right? Let me start with a short introduction of this document. Many brands that are running Google Ads are making critical mistakes. Those mistakes are 1, costing you your ad budget directly, and 2, making you lose other opportunities for scale because budgets, energy, time, mental energy, etc., are getting lost on the wrong things. Now I get that you might be a little bit too scared to jump on a call with me, and you might notice or not, but we offer free Google Ads audits for any brand doing over 30K a month. And you might be running those ads yourself. Maybe you have somebody in-house who does it for you and you see a 5 or a 6x ROAS and you think it's all fine. And you might be a little bit too scared to jump on a call with me because you know that I will pinpoint specific mistakes that will make you see that the 5 or 6x ROAS at this moment is probably not what you want to see. So yeah, that might hurt your ego a little bit, and I get that you're not ready to jump on a call with me just yet. But the fact is that those mistakes are probably still being made, right? And that's where the reason for this video today comes into play. Because I want to show you the 5 biggest mistakes that we see in Google Ads accounts we audit, because we do 3 to 5 audits a week, how you can spot them yourself and how you can even solve them yourself. And I hope you'll see the value in of this video, of the mistakes, the fixes and everything. And that someday in the future, when, I don't know, you're at the birthday party or some event or whatever, and somebody asks you if you're running Google Ads, you'll be reminded of me and then and there decide to book a call and take your Google Ads seriously. And I know that the only way that I can do that is by providing massive value to you today. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's dive right into the first mistake. Mistake number 1 is not having crystal clear conversion tracking. Because Google's algorithm is very strong. And you might have heard this phrase before, but you have to feed the machine with the right data. And we want to transition into smart bidding in most cases, like target ROAS or target CPA, or even maximize conversions or maximize conversion value. But smart bidding is powered by Google's machine learning. And that means that the more accurate the data is in there, the smarter your account will be. And that being said, you obviously want to optimize the campaigns manually as well, on the right data. And if you only track like 70% of the conversion data, which happens in most cases of regular tracking, you're missing out on very important data. So what I suggest to do is this. Make sure that you track conversions server side. That means that if somebody has an ad blocker, cookie blocker, or pixel blocker, or using Safari or whatever, you still track those conversions and send the data back to Google. The second thing is you want to make sure you don't only track purchases, but you also track conversions like add to cart, initiate checkout, and all things like that. And also make sure to set those conversion actions to secondary, except for the sales, obviously. The third thing is make sure you track profits too. And you could track profits in your back end. That's one thing, right? Maybe you're using triple whale or whatever. But optimizing for ROAS within the account will only get you so far because different products have different profit margins. You also have agency costs, shipping costs, returns, refunds, whatever. So make sure you're tracking profits too. And I'm going to tell you about the tools that we use for the clients, right? So you can easily spend 5K on a tracking expert who hosts a server, set up server-side tracking in a GDPR compliant way, ensures your cookie banner is integrated in there, etc., which could be necessary in your case. But in most cases, I would suggest using a server-side tagging solution. Our clients use one of the three that I'm going to tell you right now, which is WeTrack, TrackB, or Profit Metrics. And all three do the same thing. They send back 100% of your conversion data coming through to Google Ads. They are also easily integrated with other platforms such as Meta Ads or TikTok Ads or Pinterest Ads or whatever. But only the last one, Profit Metrics, is additionally a solution where you can eventually bid on profit instead of revenue. And with varying cost of goods sold and all these other costs that come into factor, this might be a very interesting solution to read yourself into. So in summary, if you're not yet server-side tracking your conversions, you're missing out on valuable data for the machine and also for manually optimizing your campaigns. If you're not tracking events like add to carts or initiate checkouts, you're missing out on valuable data. And if you're not tracking profits, I don't know what you're doing, right? So let's get into mistake number 2, which is not properly splitting branded and non-branded traffic. And this is still one of the biggest mistakes we see in most of the accounts we audit. And let me give a short explanation so you understand what I mean, right? So branded traffic is a search query or a search term that includes your brand name, and especially this is important for D2C brands. So let's say Gymshark is a D2C brand, right? And let's imagine that Gymshark doesn't have any resellers. If somebody searches for Gymshark hoodie, for example, that person already knows that they want a hoodie from Gymshark. So they are very low in the funnel, right? They already know what they want. Also, they are very likely to, because they know exactly what they want, to scroll down to the organic results and click on the organic results and eventually buy the hoodie there. Now, if you're having a non-branded term, let's say oversized hoodie, right? Just for the example, you probably want to bid more on that. And it's also very likely that the people who are coming from that term are a cold audience, which might not be very familiar with your brand yet, which are still in the competition with your competitors. And also, if you mix non-branded and branded traffic, you're inflating your ROAS numbers and making poor decisions based on misleading data. And you might not even know that you're currently mixing them up, because if you're running Performance Max campaigns, Performance Max is a campaign type that will go after the easiest to get conversions, right? Which means that if you're not excluding your brand name specifically from that campaign, there is a very, very 99.9999% likelihood that the Performance Max campaign is going after branded traffic, which means that you teach the Performance Max to go after easy conversions, which is unscalable, giving you a ROAS number that's unrealistic, and you're probably spending too much on your brand name because you cannot control any bids on Performance Max, right? So I will tell you something extremely valuable that will massively help you gain insights on your Performance Max campaigns. How to see your branded traffic contribution in Performance Max. So what we are going to do is install a script that gets you all the Google Ads account data and puts it into a spreadsheet so you can easily see the search terms, the placements, the product performance, etc. We need to have this spreadsheet for the next mistake too, so follow along. So 1 is get the script, either the free or the paid version, paste the script into the account and follow the instructions listed in the script. And 3 is view the spreadsheet you created during the setup. And I won't give the tutorial on how to do this because you'll be able to do it. It's very easy. In the spreadsheet, go to your different campaigns tab and view the data. And in this example right here, we did an audit on a potential client account who is now an actual client. And we saw that most of the conversion value was coming from branded traffic, right? So you see the orange thing here, that's the conversion value. It's about 50%, and that's coming from branded traffic. You're probably overpaying on that. So here you'll see the breakdown of different KPIs. You also see the search terms and categories that go along with it. And in this example here above, we audited an account spending 10K a month, and we saw that plus minus 50% of their PMAX sales were branded. Seeing your branded traffic contribution in search or shopping, that's way easier. So all you have to do is navigate to Insights and Reports. You go to Search Terms when viewing different campaigns. And in the search terms report, you'll see the search queries that people are looking for before and after they click on your ads. And if branded and non-branded are mixed, please fix this. So check your non-branded campaigns because they might have branded traffic in them. How to fix this mistake, right? Every campaign works differently. So here's a breakdown per campaign type. If you have a Performance Max campaign, you go to campaign settings, and Google makes this pretty hard for you, but you go to campaign settings, Then you click a button where it says additional settings, and then you see a tab which is brand exclusion. You can create a brand list with your own brand name and exclude that from the Performance Max campaign. Step 2 is making a shopping campaign non-branded. And for shopping, the campaign's targeting is based on a product feed. So you can add negative keywords to make it not show up on those terms anymore. So just add your brand name as a negative keyword to the campaign, and that ensures that it doesn't show up on branded terms anymore. Making a shopping campaign branded, though, is a bit harder. So as we know, we can only exclude keywords and not target specific ones. So to tackle this, you can use a so-called branded shopping script. That script excludes all search terms except your brand name. So to do this, follow the steps listed here. And this is again where the document comes in. So go to the description to view it and follow the steps there. Making a search campaign branded, as obvious as it sounds, just add only the branded keywords and make sure you use only exact match and maybe phrase match keywords. Don't use broad match keywords because then you'll probably show up on branded terms as well. Making a search campaign non-branded is just use your regular non-branded keywords as a targeting and add your branded keywords as a negative to this campaign. Easy as that. And that was quite technical, but I hope you pulled through because this stuff is going to make a big difference. Also good to know, if you always had branded terms in your Performance Max and you spent a lot on that campaign, your results will drop significantly. And this is because the campaign can't get its conversions in the same way that it used to. So you might want to adjust your budget and bidding accordingly. And also, if you still want to show up on branded terms, which I do advise, just not within Performance Max, to make sure that your competitors aren't stealing your customers, just make sure that you adjust specific budgets to your branded campaigns, so branded search, branded shopping. If you fix the Performance Max thing, it's smart to set up a branded search and a branded shopping before you exclude the brand name. Make sure those run well before you make the exclusion. Cool. Which brings us to mistake number 3, spending your budget on the wrong placements or the wrong products. So remember the Performance Max Insight script that we ran fixing the previous mistake? We're using it again. So most advertisers aren't aware of which products are performing the best. In the back end, they may see certain products selling more than others, but we want to know the results of these products in Google Ads in comparison to the spend that they get, which sounds kind of obvious, right? And this is where the script again comes in. When you're running Performance Max campaigns, you don't control where the budget is being spent. This goes for the placements as well as for the products. For those who don't know, you can build Performance Max in 3 ways. 1, Performance Max full build. And this is how Google meant it to be. So you deliver everything, let's say products and headlines and descriptions and pictures and videos and a brand name and a brand logo and everything. And that one shows up on the search page as search, as shopping, in display placements, on YouTube, on Gmail, etc. Then you have a second Performance Max type, which is Performance Max feed only. This focuses on selling the products. It only shows up on the results page as shopping ads and also does dynamic remarketing, but it's product focused. And number 3 is Performance Max no feed. This focuses on converting customers without advertising the products and or the shopping placement specifically. It shows up on anything but shopping and mainly gets pushed as search/display and maybe even YouTube. If you don't use the right campaign type for the goal you want to reach, you'll probably miss out on sales and burn your budget. To see the placements, you can use the script that we created earlier. Now, at the campaigns tab in the Performance Max Insight script, you'll see a breakdown per campaign on placement spend and conversions, which you see in the screen right now. So we have search cost and shopping cost and then video cost and display cost. In this example right here, this Performance Max campaign is spending money on search and shopping, and the conversions are pretty similar to the spend, getting shopping conversions for like 75% and search conversions for like 25%. But maybe, just maybe, you want to separate these two because you want to push your products in a different way than you want to push your search ads. You want to control the budgets, right? Now, as for the products, we want to advertise the products that are getting us the highest ROAS. At the titles tab in the Performance Max Insight script, we can see a breakdown of products by performance. And as you can see in the example right here, only 20 products are really profitable. 20 products are generating most of the profit, like over 3K with just 600 euros in spend, right? 38 products are costly. So they cost over 4.4K, but they only have a 1.8 ROAS, whereas the profitable products have an 8.4 ROAS. And then we have 233 zero conversion products, which still are getting over 2.5K in total cost. So you want to segment all the data that you see in this sheet. You want to segment the products based on how much profit they make. And in the example above, we can see that we're spending 2.6K on products that are literally getting zero sales from it. In the spreadsheet, we can also see which products that were, just like the other buckets, and what their other metrics were. Now, obviously, with this in mind, we want to push more on the products that are getting a good performance. Say, for example, the profitable products with an 8.4x ROAS. You can use the populated ID sheet as a supplemental feed and send it to Google Merchant Center to label your products based on their performance, and then create a campaign structure where you set more budgets to the winners and use, for example, a target ROAS strategies, a higher target ROAS strategy for the losers. How we fix this at Amplifize is that we use a script, again a script, called the Flow Boost Labelizer. That script updates the products daily, the buckets, right? And it's a bit more advanced when it comes to your preferences, editing your ROAS goals and other metrics. And if you want to implement this as well, what you can do is search for Flow Boost Performance Labelizer at the link that I threw in the document again, and there's both a free and a paid version, and it comes with instructions on how to implement it. But in general, what it does is it gets the product performance data, it labels all the products in, I believe, 5 different buckets, and then you want to adjust your campaign structure based on all your product performance, where you spend the most money on the products that are getting you the most profit. Let's get into mistake number 4, which is not leveraging Google Shopping feed optimization. We already covered the fact that Google Shopping determines whether or not to show up your products based upon your product feed. Actually taking the time and effort to make sure that you have an optimized feed isn't optional. It's a difference between your products getting good visibility or getting buried by your competitors. Now, Google Shopping is not like search campaigns where you can target specific keywords. Instead, Google decides when to show up your products based on how well your product data matches the search query. And most advertisers completely overlook this. So here's what you should not do. Don't use manufacturer provided product titles and descriptions without optimizing them. Don't leave product categories, GTIN codes, and additional attributes empty. And don't assume that Google will automatically understand your product's relevance. What you should do, on the other hand, is optimize the product titles. So the first 75 characters are most crucial, where you want to target specific keywords that people are looking for when looking for your product. Enhance descriptions, because Google reads descriptions as well. So use natural, keyword-rich copy that explains the product benefits. Fill out every possible attribute that you can. So GTIN codes, MPN codes, product types, custom labels, additional details, and give Google more context. Use a supplemental feed. So if your Shopify feed isn't flexible enough, tools like Google Sheets, Data Feeds, FeedWatch, or Channable can help you refine your product data without touching your main feed. And last but not least, test different image styles. So your product image is often the first thing that a user sees. And even when showing up besides other competitors, if your product image is more appealing, they'll probably click your product, right? And I included an example for most important feed attributes, so you can click that as well. And by fixing your product feed, you're helping Google match your products to the right people at the right time. And this is the low-hanging fruit that too many advertisers ignore. So here's a bonus. If you decrease the price of your product, so either a sale price or promotional offer or whatever, and you automatically let Google Merchant Center update based upon the data on your website, you will most likely see a price drop badge and a compare price and new price within the shopping ad. And that is what will 100% ensure you that your click-through rate will increase. So use that as a tip. The final mistake, mistake number 5, is not auditing your account. You have to know that Google Ads isn't something you optimize once and then leave alone. What worked last month might be wasting money today. So if you're not auditing your account regularly, you're probably bidding on irrelevant keywords without you even realizing it, overspending on underperforming campaigns, losing conversions due to tracking issues, and burning budget on the wrong placements and products. And the worst part is that most of these issues aren't obvious unless you actively look for them, right? And that is why the best advertisers run systematic audits to cover wasted ad spend, broken tracking, and new opportunities. And I've put together a Google Ads audit checklist to make sure that your account is running at its peak performance so you can have a look for yourself and you don't have to jump on a call with me. If you go through this list and answer no to any of these, you're likely leaving seriously money on the table. Okay. There are 5 components. The first is account and tracking setup. So is your tracking accurate? We covered that with server-side tracking, profit tracking, everything. Are you tracking profits and not just revenue-based ROAS? Are you using either enhanced conversions and or server-side tracking? Are you reviewing attribution models to understand how ads contribute to the full funnel? And do you have automated scripts or alerts set up to catch performance drops or increased spend or increased CPCs or whatever? First topic. Second topic is campaign structure and targeting. So check how well your campaigns are set up. Are your campaigns structured logically? Are you properly using campaign types? Are you separating branded and non-branded traffic correctly? Do you have a clear audience segmentation in your Performance Max campaigns? Do you have proper location targeting, or are you wasting money on unwanted regions? And to check this, go into your campaign settings, go to the location options, click extend, and if you see presence and interest, you're bidding on people outside of your target region. Are you excluding poor performing placements such as apps in Performance Max and display campaigns? I'll just leave the questions with you. Number 3, bidding strategies and budget allocation. Check if your money is going into the right places. So is your bid strategy aligned with your business goals? So lifetime value, profit, customer acquisition cost, whatever. Are you using bid adjustments for devices, locations, and audiences? Mind you, this doesn't work if you are using smart bidding, only manual bidding. Are you testing different bidding strategies? So target ROAS, maximize conversions, or manual CPC? Are you allocating enough budget to your highest performing campaigns? And are there any campaigns overspending without delivering profitable returns? Mind the word, profitable. Now, keywords and search terms optimization. Are you regularly reviewing the search terms report of any campaign and of your Performance Max campaign? Are you paying for irrelevant clicks due to broad match keywords? Probably. Do you have a strong and updated negative keyword list? Probably not. Are your keywords aligned with search intent, or are they too generic? Probably too generic. And number 5, product feed and shopping ads. Check if your shopping campaigns are optimized. Are your product titles and descriptions optimized for Google Shopping? Are you using custom labels to prioritize high-performing products? Are you excluding underperforming or low-margin products from your shopping campaigns? Do you have a system for reviewing product-level ROAS performance? Is your product feed error-free and fully approved in Google Merchant Center? These are like 25 to 30 questions that you should ask yourself and should look into your Google Ads account for, because these questions should guide you through the most important things to check into your account. And again, if you're making one of these mistakes or even multiple of these mistakes, fix them ASAP, because they are probably costing you your ad budget. And I really hope this helps. All right, guys, these are the 5 biggest mistakes, and it was kind of technical, right? But I honestly hope that you got some value out of it. And maybe you have to rewatch it, maybe you have to access the document, maybe again, you want to send it to somebody who is managing your Google Ads. But the mistakes that we covered today are killing your Google Ads performance. So if you're making any of them, you're leaving serious money on the table. And surprise, it's very likely that you're making tons of other mistakes as well. So just fix them now. If you want to have a professional audit where we, as Amplifize, or me even personally, dive into your account and give you a full action plan, book a call with me. It's free. The only requirement is that you're currently doing 30K a month or above. And you can click the document below because the link is in here. And you can also click the first link in the description, which is to book your audit with me. And again, I hope you got some value out of this video from today. I really hope you can fix your Google Ads issues, and I really hope you can make more sales even without booking your call with me. But if you are interested, I would be happy to jump on a call with you, right? So Enough time spent on watching this video. It's time for you to fix these issues, and it's time for me to start working on some new videos and take a look in our Google Ads client accounts to see the beautiful results that we are generating for them. Jokes aside, thank you for watching this video. I hope to see you on another one, and have a beautiful day. Bye bye.